Yo, what's up, guys? Today, we're gonna be trying to beat Elden Ring, and let me make sure I start the timer. Okay, timer is going. We are good to go. So today, I'm gonna be trying to beat Elden Ring, and hopefully just one attempt. It'll be a very interesting run, I think. Oh, let me while this door is doing its door stuff, let me make sure I can pull up chat so I can see it. Well, this is kind of going to be a more concentrated, focused stream, so I don't know how much I'll be able to read chat and stuff. Elden Ring is pretty complex at some points. I would say I feel much less accustomed to it than I do in games like Silk or Hollow Knight. Right here, we're going to be taking a guaranteed death. This is pretty much a scripted death. You can beat the boss, but it doesn't actually do anything. You don't progress into the game until you die. So I'm just gonna be taking a scripted death here. Rip. So I guess there goes the deathless run right there. Unfortunate. Luckily, that's the only scripted death I think you ever have to do in the game. I would love to do like no more deaths, but being more realistic, that's probably not going to happen. We'll see how far I can go without dying. So you may have noticed that I've started off as the samurai class, and you can choose one item to take with you at the start of the game. I chose the lands between runes, actually for kind of a specific reason. Up ahead in this church that we'll be seeing very soon, there's going to be a shopkeeper, and we're going to want to buy some pots and a crafting kit, which won't be useful until way later on. But there's a boss that I have to do on all the runs where it would be very useful if I could get those pots. So here's the church that I mentioned before. Yeah, so I kind of split this run in between like different phases. It's kind of split in between setup phases and then actually doing the fights. Yo, what's up? Oh, I love that one. We love to see those ones. This is something I've been putting a lot of time into. I kind of been silent on YouTube and stuff for the past week because, oh, let me make sure I sell. I don't have to sell it. I'm just going to use it here. So make sure I get these 3k runes so I can actually buy the stuff that I need. Pretty much everything I do in this run is kind of intentional. Oh, you went to Egypt? That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know how much a chat I'm going to be reading this stream because for now it's fine because it's kind of the setup phase. Like there isn't a ton going on. I just need to make sure I'm going into the right direction, picking up the stuff that I need. And this one in particular is like kind of the longest setup phase. It's gonna take like 20-ish minutes to get it all set up and stuff. It's basically setup phase, doing some bosses, setup phase, doing some bosses, and the time between those setup phases each time will get shorter and shorter. This is the longest run. Sorry, this is the longest setup phase in the run that we have. Probably because like we're on foot right now, so we just gotta like hold the dash button just to go as fast as possible. But now we get our horse and we don't have to do that anymore. So here we finally get our maiden, which offers us the ability to level up and get a horse, which are both very important. Oh, and also, you know, you kind of need to do this to beat the game. You get locked out of an area and you can't get past it without the use of glitches. So for the most part in a casual playthrough, you have to get a maiden to beat the game. Okay. So here I'm gonna be picking up the flail. We'll take some hits, but that's fine. I'm going to be picking up the flail, which will be pretty useful for 2 spots. It helps speed up a certain grinding section, and also helps us give us a weapon that we're going to use for the mid game. And then I'm going to be taking this kind of weird, strange, like U-turn route between Limgrave, where I'll be getting a ton of stuff that I need, at least for the early game. Some of that stuff is not as useful in the late game, but maybe I won't spoil it too much. But for now, it's just kind of the same, like kind of the deal of just going through Limgrave, picking up the stuff that I need for the build that helps on early on and late game as well. Yeah, there's also going to be times where it'll be similar to this, but hopefully later on it's not as monotonous. So here we get the strength tier. All that does is just gives us plus 10 strength whenever we drink the tier. We don't have a flask to drink it with yet, but we'll get that shortly. And around here is a certain Ash of War that we'll be using for the entirety of the run. It's really nice because what it does, it gives us a buff to our offense and defense. And that offense buff is really, really nice. In fact, we're pretty much going to be utilizing that for every single thing. Pretty much everything we're going to do in this game. So here, we see this guy on the horse, but we don't want this guy on the horse. We want this guy in the grave. Because we want his Ash of War. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about buffs in this game. So buffs are, they buff your character, obviously. But there's different kinds of buffs. There's aura buffs, there's body buffs, there's weapon buffs, and there's unique buffs. All the buffs I listed that aren't unique, you can only stack one of them at a time. So normally you can get one aura buff, you can get one body buff, you can get one weapon buff. And oh, hold on, I need to talk to him. And the Golden Vow is a war buff. Yo, what's up, gang? We are playing Elden Ring, and we're gonna be trying our best to beat it within the stream. So I'm gonna talk to Alex. It's actually a slight deviation from what I planned. I kind of want to see if this Exalted Flesh can help us speed up a certain fight. Yes, this is no time for games, Alex. Everyone say hi to the warrior jar. And then... oh, no. And now say bye to the warrior jar. So we got that for one of the best talismans in the game. Yeah. Hello, jar. It gives us a 10% buff to our skill attack power. Which is very useful early on because we're actually going to be sticking with our katana, which has a really nice Ash of War called Unsheath. Let me make sure I jump onto the bridge here. Cool. And what Unsheath does is that if we use a certain, at certain times, we can get it do massive poise damage. The game dog? No, I don't. But we're going to be using Unsheath to do around 40 poise damage, which is... alright, well, I kind of overestimated the jump there. This game has some weird fall damage mechanics, but that's fine. There's a jump later on that I'm going to do. It's kind of weird. Actually, that's not like the worst place to die. So basically, we're just going to take a little reroute back into the Force, because there's some stuff in the Force that we want to pick up for the actual build that we're going to use later on. So as lame as it was to die there, it's perfectly fine, if I'm being honest. I'm trying to see if I can beat the game within 4 hours, which is around the time. That's like around the max time that I stream for. I think it's possible. I've done some practice runs, and there's some questionable stuff. What's the best type of goldfish, in my opinion? The best type of goldfish are all the goldfish. I love all goldfish, you know. But Yeah, this game has some tricky spots at times. The late game is like kind of the iffy part of the run. I can kind of do this like first half somewhat consistently. The last half of it gets a little ad-libby where I need to like start improving a lot. Especially a certain fight that if I don't beat it in the first try, it's really, really bad to redo that fight. And I'm really hoping I can get that through the first time, because otherwise I will be stuck at that fight for who knows how long. Celebrated repudiator of the false. So here I'm gonna be picking up this Fervor's cookbook, which gives a really good recipe for a certain boss fight that we won't see until way later on. Yeah, the exact same voice. Yeah, maybe I'm everywhere, man. I was actually needed. No, it is probably just coincidence. Okay, so there's also gonna be certain times where I'll be traveling between certain areas of the game. One of them is right here, this kind of church here. I'm gonna be going to here a lot during the run. And also this church is nice because it gives us the wondrous flask, which we will need. It's 2026. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving me the courage I need. And we did grab the grace, right? Yes, we did. Okay, that's a really important grace. We're gonna be teleporting there a few times. And before we do that, we want to pick up some stuff from the forest here. There's an elevator in a late or slash mid game area that we need 2 halves of medallion for, and we can pick up the first half at one of the castles in this area. I'm sure some people are kind of maybe predicting what I'm going to be using for the game. I think by the mid game, everyone should be able to tell. Or at least if you played this game a few times, you should probably be able to predict what I'm going to be using. But honestly, that's just because I tried figuring out like a decent route. There's 2. Yes, but we have to commentate it like there's 100,000 people, just because, you know, I have to give myself confidence to beat the game by any means necessary. Goodbye, bear. Okay. All right. So we got the axe talisman, which we'll be using later on when we get our mid game and late game weapons. Go fight the bear, dude. No. I think I'm good. And let me make sure I put this where I normally put this. Stay humble. Exactly. Oh, nice. We got that jump. Okay, so we're going to be collecting these blood roses here. This helps for us. Oh, okay. I do not want to stand near those barrels. They will explode if they are on fire. Okay. So this cookbook gives us the recipe for the blood grease. And the blood grease is pretty useful for something that we'll be doing pretty soon. It all speeds it up. So I will gladly take this. And we're going to ignore everyone and go straight for the medallion. Okay, hopefully I don't get thrown off here. Those rats are so cute, you should pet them. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. We're going to be seeing a lot more rats very soon, so. Okay, hopefully I can teleport pretty soon. Okay, there we go. Aggro in this game, it can be a little bit finicky. A lot of enemies like to kind of go around a bit further than you would expect them to. And you can't fast travel while an enemy's aggroed onto you. So I try to like just stay out of sight and crouch down. It helps a little bit. Stealth mechanics are like a little bit weird. There's some stuff that we could get for stealth, but we're not going to just because it's kind of out of the way. I'm trying to beat the game in 4 hours, so it's like I could try it. It helps with some areas. It doesn't help in other areas, so we'll just see. Oh, that's great, Eric. Okay. Oh, so actually one thing that dying kind of helps for is that if we didn't die, this area would be nighttime right now. And there's certain bosses called Knight's Calves that only spawn during the night. And actually this bridge that we're going to be taking down here would have one of them if it was nighttime. But we got pretty lucky in a sense. I mean, not really luck. It was kind of by accident. We don't have to deal with the Knight's Calf here. So normally I would have to like kind of move out of the way, like jump around a bit. But kind of, you know, happy accident moment. We don't have to do that. We can just run straight to this Grace. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're gonna go straight to a different Grace and hopefully collect the second half and another talisman that is pretty useful. Hopefully we can get it before this poison maybe kills me. It's a little iffy. We will touch the Grace just in case. So whenever you touch a Grace, that sets it to your current spawn point. And also you could also just choose to respawn at the Grace without dying. It'll still get rid of your runes. So if you were worried about runes, then it doesn't help at all. But if you're just wanting to go to the last place you were at, it lets you have that option, and we're actually going to be using that here. Okay, we only have one flask left. We're still at medium poison. I think we'll have enough time for this. I mean, worst case scenario, you know, we just like we die and just rerun the castle here a bit, or the fort, I mean. So like fast travel. Yeah, it's like that, except you would purposely choose to lose all your runes. It's like dying, except it doesn't count as a death. Mechanically, it's the same as dying. And I'm only gonna really use it here. It's useful for like hitless runs sometimes, because sometimes you want to teleport before an enemy can hit you. Okay, I may have enough time. I have to be pretty quick about this. I think I'm gonna have to skip an extra thing that I normally try to get, just so I can get the talisman here. I don't feel confident with this health. I will die in a single hit, so I won't have time to kiss these rats here. There's one big rat and one small rat here. Okay, we have just enough time to get this talisman, which is really good. So we're gonna go and fast travel back, or just die. Same thing, basically. That's like the first time the rat has actually caught up to me in time. So I might have been a bit slow there. But interesting. So the talisman we just got, Radagon's Scar Seal? Sword Seal. It effectively... Here, actually, I'll showcase this. So this is what my current level is. And when I equip Radagon's Sword Seal, I will get +5 to Vigor, Endurance, Strafe, and Dex at the cost of some damage negation. But right here, I want the Dex requirements to use the flail, and we just so happen to get that. Let me make some blood grease, and then we're going to use the blood grease here. We're going to use the flail, put on the blood grease, and we're going to use the Ash of War, the spinning chain. So basically blood every time, every like tick that this hit is happening, it adds that extra bit of blood grease to it, and it really speeds it up because this guy has a lot of health, and we want to kill this guy. So this would like turn like a 10-minute dragon killing thing into like 5 minutes. It speeds it up a lot just by having this little extra grease here. A strat that I did think about was trying to get more FP tiers, because you do apply more blood whenever you're using FP for the Ash of War, but you don't need to use it. Did you call him Rubert? Rubert the Rat? I kind of like that name. I like that name. So I have 2 more blood grease, so I have plenty of blood greases to get past this guy. So the blood right now, I'm just going to put it back on. So I think 2 more blood procs should do it. This is like, I originally did this strat without the blood greases, and I'm really happy I incorporated the blood grease into this because, oh my god, it was annoying AF. I should probably, like, maybe one day I'll like actually like test it out and time the difference between it. But for now, I'm just gonna go with the saying. I'm just gonna go with that this is just much faster. All right, okay. So as soon as this guy moves, we can just get out of here. We're gonna be picking up some stuff before we go to the round table hold. So all these dragons die. We get a really nice hefty amount of runes, which we can use to level up. Get a massive health bar rather than this really small health bar. Make sure I pick up the smithing stones here. It gives us an extra weapon level, which helps just a tiny bit. And then I do also have 1 extra blood grease. So normally I only have 2, but I have an extra one. I don't think I'll really... Either it's just open in the background. Yeah, I tried looking at that, and the error that you were giving me last time, and it seems like it's more so on your side than it is for me. So I don't know how to help with that. I do apologize for that, but you know. But I appreciate you coming in anyway. All right, so here we're gonna be, she's gonna take us to the round table hold. There's a few conditions to trigger this. This is also one other thing you need to do to beat the game. You need to go to the round table hold at least once. So you could either continue in the starting area until you die to a certain boss, or you can go beyond the area. It's called the beginning area is called Limgrave. So if you go outside of Limgrave and rest, then she will also take you to the round table hold. Oh, let me make sure I take off the bow too. So we're going to be buying a dagger here. Putting this in our right hand. We're going to be leveling up all into vigor. Oh, I appreciate it, Chaos. Appreciate it. Okay, we did not mean to talk to this guy. Meant to keep him talkless. Oh well. Oh, we'll also upgrade our flask here. We've been collecting stuff to upgrade our flask. I haven't talked too much about it. You can upgrade the flask a lot more than what I'll do in the run. Okay, that's fine. We have way more vigor now. And let me make sure I put this on. So normally this guy is here to help upgrade the materials or upgrade your weapons. So I could upgrade something once here, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to be putting on the Ash of War that I got before and put it on this dagger. We're going to be teleporting back to the gate front so we can actually start making some progress. This is the end of the first setup phase. So after just a little bit more exploration, we're going to be taking on the first set of bosses, which will give us our first great rune, which we need 2 of in order to continue on into the mid game. and will also give us access to the next area in the game by beating our first Great Rune boss here. Technically, you can do it without beating the first boss, but since I need 2 Great Runes anyway, I'm just gonna do it. So up here, we'll die from the frame rate here. This usually likes to like really lag down my game. I think it's maybe just all the trees shaking or something. Like, I'm not too sure why. But for now, we'll just have to just go with it, you know? Oh, and then also, I'm gonna take this grace here because I shouldn't die here. There's a chance I could. Ronnie Millennia. Ronnie Millennia, kiss, marry, kill. I will marry Ronnie, kiss Melania, and kill Melina. Okay, so there's a chance I could die. I would really not like to die, and also I cast it twice and I didn't realize. I think I did. We want to use our Ash of War. Okay, brother. That's fine. This is where having a bunch of vigor helps. So we should stagger here. Nice. We get 1 extra hit, and then we'll riposte him. I don't know if that was a bleed. We should get a bleed soon. He's gonna go into second phase. This would be a really good time to Golden Vow, but unfortunately I can't do that because I want the FP to do on Sheafs. Time a roll here. Nice. Go up front to get more riposte damage. And we're just gonna have to ad-lib it from here. Or we'll get lucky and you'll just do an attack that we can get a bunch of little small attacks in and kill him. So we got the second talisman pouch, so now we can actually have both the Warrior Jar Shard and the Scar Seal at the same time, which is really nice. At least for the next boss. We're not going to be using Jar Shard for a whole lot longer. The gods don't know about it. No, I'll use the main gate. Thank you, bro. So we need to talk to him to open up these gates. Gates! Open the gates! And I'm going to be a little bit safe here and rest. Just so I can refill on all the flasks and stuff. I should be? Okay. Yeah, so this route is the route that I kind of take to avoid all these deadly arrows and traps and shenanigans. It's not perfect, but you know, if it works, it works. This is kind of the scary part here. We have these exploding arrows. This is one of those sections that you would really like stealth for, but it's not necessary. Stealth is like kind of a long... The main option I use for stealth is pretty drawn out. I would have to like go to Volcano Mare to get an Ash of War. Not like the worst thing in the world, but it kind of takes a bit. I don't need to get that. There's a grace pretty close by here. Okay, I did get 3 containers, and so way earlier at the start of the run I bought these pots. I'm going to be collecting a bit more just for kind of a bit more consistent, just a more consistent fight for much later on, hopefully. I had a run where it did not matter. I had 5 pots, and I really hope that's not what happens in this one. There's some fights that I had backup strats for, but it would be really nice if I didn't have to use them. If that makes makes sense. Be very, very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna walk in here and then cast Golden Vow a bit later. This guy's a bit slow. Everyone say hi to Godric. So that way I can get a bit more time with the Golden Vow buff. Okay. All right. This is not too bad of a fight, if I'm being honest. It just can get a little tricky with certain timings. This guy likes to delay his attacks a lot. Oh, that is also weird. The terrain can be a bit tricky as well. Okay, he's at half health now. Now this is the trigger for the second phase. See if I can get a charge attack here. I did. So one more unleash should stagger him. Nice. Crouch for a little stamina regen. And then try to finish it off with... Okay. So from here on, it's not that more of a consistent fight. I kind of had to just beat it. This attack is one of the worst attacks in terms of consistency, man. Oh, okay. This should stagger. Nice. A stagger and a bleed at the same time. We'll take it. We'll return. Bye, Godric. Rays of gold. Yay! Alright, that was the first great rune that we needed. We'll be going into Liurnia where we'll get our second great rune. There is faster ways to get the second great rune, but I'm going to choose this because it gives us... This area gives us a weapon and also gives us some upgrade materials that we're going to need. Oh, and there's also some extra stuff that I need to do, like extra chores. Like now I can finally use this horse. There's another church up here that I can get to upgrade my flask. You can upgrade your flask to up to like plus 12. I'm only going to be doing up to plus 5. Just because that's what I've been going with in my practice attempts. And it's been like the most mixed of or the best mixture of consistency and speed. So this is the second setup phase that we're going to be doing. There's like about 2 or 3 more of these. The last one is like just a bunch of just like running. Like there isn't a ton of stuff to get in the last one, but for here, this is not as long as the one we just did. But also pretty important because we're going to be getting a weapon and upgrade materials that we'll be using for about like half of the mid game. If you want to like consider like basically from here and to what most people would consider the start of the mid to late game. Right now it's just like kind of just trying to find some waypoints for me so I can tell where I'm going. This is a pretty large area with a large amount of trees, so I can get lost sometimes. But for the most part, okay, I think I know where I'm going now. So up here, you call midnight 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. 12 a.m. I call 12 p.m. noon. So up here, there should be a shack coming up that will have an NPC and it's kind of unfortunate. He's like one of my favorite NPCs, but he's not gonna have a long life, unfortunately. We're gonna be taking him out. So I'm gonna reset this grace here so I can refill my FP. So this is hopefully the last time we'll be using the flail. We're just gonna... All right. There goes the Blackguard. He's one of my favorite guys because he sells you really useful stuff. But he has a weapon that we really that we're gonna want, the Iron Ball. And also make sure to pick up these flowers here. That way I will have enough. Ruin his lobster meal. I did. I'll admit it. I don't feel good about what I did. But it's necessary. We needed his balls. It was the only way. So, oh, nice golden seed. Sometimes I forget about this golden seed, which can kind of actually like end up biting me in the long run. But you know, at least hey, we remembered it for now. There's a fight in the late game that I really like want everything I can have, which means I want as much healing flasks as possible that like don't take up too much time to get. So I'm gonna be getting this grace here. And we may or may not die here. It's not too like important if we die here. Gonna be trying to jump. I could like die from fall damage here. It's a bit finicky, this game with fall damage, but hey, we made it out. Pick up a little bit of materials, upgrade materials, but not everything. We're still gonna need more. Okay. So these are basically the talismans we're gonna be using for the area. It's gonna be a little bit until we see some of the other talismans that we're gonna use. But the cry in the thumbnail. I try to make it look as close as possible to Saul Goodman. I pulled up an image of Saul Goodman, and that's the closest I can make it. So if he looks like he's about to cry, it might have been that Saul Goodman was crying. But oh, we actually did not want to start the dragon fight, but it's not the worst thing. We just wanted to get the key and get out, but there should be a grace up here that we can rest at to get rid of his aggro. Okay. All right, he's not like hovering in the air and like about to kill me. Yo, thanks, Georgia. Let's we're gonna teleport back here, and now we can actually travel into Liurnia because we got the key next to that dragon. Or I guess the main academy. I think I said Liurnia. It's the Academy of Liurnia or something like that. But the main thing is that we can basically use this as like kind of a little mini hub for at the moment. We're gonna be collecting this grace here, and then another golden sea down at that bridge. Which technically, I guess I don't need it. There's a certain point where I would like 9 flasks instead of 8s. 9 is basically the max that I'll be getting for the run. You're ready for the Blade of Mikola? Thank you. Yes, me and my 2 talismans, my unupgraded ball. I think we got it. Okay, we got the golden seed here. Oh, maybe it might be faster to like teleport back, but I'm just gonna run back. Let me also like check the map, make sure okay, I did get that grace. Nice. So before we go into the dungeon, we're going to be doing our last bit of collection here. For this collection segment, there's like another 2. Technically like one of them isn't really collecting, it's just like just traveling from point A to point B. It'll make more sense once we get there, but you know, just need 120 grams of caffeine, you're ready. Exactly. Solomon Soul is Millennia. Like cue like the Saul Goodman theme instead of the phase 2 music. Okay. So make sure I don't die down here. Let's just keep it nice and simple. Should be fine. Okay. The fall damage in this game scares me. Where's the radiance? I mean the radiance kind of like turned into a big tree. You'll see. You'll see. Okay, I have 5 of 5. That's the amount that I want. Let me put this here. The absolute tree. The radiant Erd tree. So this is the first bell bearing, or I guess it's called a smithing stone bell or something along those lines. Basically it gives you infinite access to certain tiers of smithing stones as long as you have enough to buy them. And for normal upgraded weapons in this game, you need 12 of a certain tier. So if you want to get a normal weapon up to +3, you need 12 smithing stones 1s. To get it up to +6, you need 12 smithing stones 2, and so on and so forth. And since we're going to be using a very similar weapon, but a different weapon, we're going to be needing 24 smithing stone 1s, 24 smithing stone 2, like I think like over 100 smithing stones between the levels. So yeah, we're gonna be need a lot of those, and it's just way faster to collect them by buying them instead of just doing the normal collection. So that's kind of the main reason why I'm choosing to do Liurnia instead of other areas for the second grain rune. Okay, we're gonna ignore all the stuff that's happening back there, and hopefully they do not disturb us on this nice elevator ride we have. Okay, nice. Sometimes they like to jump down here. And if you're really unlucky, they can jump down here and try to push you off as the elevator is going down, which will kill you from fall damage. Okay, so even though this is a level 1, or I guess technically it's a non-upgraded weapon, this guy is pretty weak to this damage, so it still does. Try Dark Souls next. It's a pretty simple game. Well, you said try, not beat, so it does make me more inclined to try it. All right, now we have that, so we're gonna go back into the round table hold so we can turn in our bell bearing that we just got to actually upgrade these iron balls. Oh, we can also do a bit more leveling up here. As long as we buy enough, we need 24 of this. We need a 24 of this. Okay, we have enough. Big iron balls. Make sure we don't talk to him again. We have 3 levels. I'm gonna put 2 into vigor and 1 into strength. Strength and... No, Georgia, I'm good. If you try to do that again, I'm gonna ban you. All right. Go back to the main academy gate. Oh, and I gotta make sure I put the right stuff in the Wonders Flask. Oop, not that. Put it in the Wonders Physic. I always call it Flask. It's like the Flask of Wonders Physics. How emphatic. Yes. Nah, most of the time those kind of ads are just scams. So yeah. All right. Nah, I'm not messing with that. Not playing around for the stream. We have a whole Elden Ring to beat, you know what I'm saying? Okay. A whole ass state. That's so true. Okay, we have this upgraded. We have this. I have the physic here. Okay. So unlike last time where we just ran straight to the boss, we're actually gonna be collecting a little bit of stuff. We're gonna be collecting a bit of a better armor set and some weapon buffs. Like when I was first learning this game, I had no idea how to collect this armor set that I'm about to get. I had no idea that this tiny like area existed. So whenever I found that out, my mind was absolutely blown. But yeah, this gives us a little bit extra. Ever been here before? No, she's never been here before. Most of the time it's just bots that do it. Okay, these dogs. Oh, a dog did jump up. Intriguing. Sometimes that happens. All right, as long as he doesn't screw me over here. Okay, we're good. All right, we're gonna rest. Actually, make sure I put this on here. Can I pet that dog? No, but you'll have a much bigger dog to pet very soon. You have a big... It's also orange or red. Maybe both? Probably both. Well, it does... No, it's red, but it has hints of orange. Can we pet Rupert? You can pet Rupert. Sure. All right. Okay. Hopefully I don't get interrupted too much here. Oh. All right. This can be a scary fight sometimes. He likes to mess around sometimes. All right, we want to see those orange. We want to see this attack. We don't want to see this attack. So blue is bad, orange is good. Because we can actually like do stuff on the orange attacks. All right, one more hit should do it. Nice. All right, he's just taking a nice nap. We you know, he just wanted to play a little bit, so we had to tire him out for bedtime. Well, they did say you don't buy it, just cast Cosmic Sorcery and trust fire to kill him all. You killed the doggy. No, no. He just disappeared into multiple ashes and scattered across the floor. All right, so we'll get that. In case. In case. What if Bob reincarnated in this universe? He'd probably be like one of the flower enemies, which they are surprisingly tanky. They're very weak to fire, but they like tank hits. Kind of crazy, like kind of better than that dog did. All right, so this I think is the only NPC we'll see in the run. NPCs are not fun to deal with in any Souls game. They do a lot of shenanigans like this. Okay, I guess he went all the way up. That's not good. We want him to fall down in this elevator shaft. He all the way up there? Okay. This is a little strange. Normally this NPC who looks exactly like me is oh, hello. We want to get away from him. Oh no, no, please do not follow me in. I never had this happen before. Okay, he doesn't follow me in. That's good. All right, this is the second Great Rune fight. So some fights you wanna, it's actually kind of more consistent to clear on the first try. This is one of them because you have to hit 3 of these little guys. And that's a bit harder to do on refights. The first part has like the first one I know is like always the same. I don't know if the second 2 of it are. This one is RNG, so the 3 of them actually kind of bad RNG here. So hopefully they spawn, the next 2 spawn closer to each other. Okay, that's a good one. All right, nice. We want to do this, kill her, and then quickly get a golden vow off. Nice. Okay. This part can be a little iffy. We're gonna run straight up to her as she's casting her big cosmic spell. Okay. So if I was feeling pretty brave, I could recast Golden Vow there, but oh, that's really bad. Okay, that spell debuffs our magic defenses, which yeah, in case you couldn't tell, all her damage is magic. So that's not good. Okay, dragon is good. Can we get a repost? Nice. This might kill. Yes. All right. Good, 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 good. Okay. So, yeah. I normally don't get hit by that moon attack. I think it debuffs your magic damage negation by 20%. And if I got hit by pretty much like most of those attacks, like half of my health would have been depleted. But we got pretty lucky with the dragon spawn. I think that's like the best one you can get. And her second part, she can summon 4 different summons. The dragon is the best because you might have saw like what I did there. I just stood close to her and the fire actually goes above her. I guess the developers put that there so the dragon wouldn't like friendly fire onto the main boss. But you can exploit that. So it gives me just a little bit extra time to try and stagger her and get a bit more damage off, which is what we needed to finish the fight. So now we will be going basically into, some people consider it the mid game, some are like it's the very end of the early game, but we got our 2 great runes, so we can, if we want to, we can progress straight into the mid game. There's a bit more collection that we're going to be doing before we go straight into there, because there's a little scary boss that is guarding it. Why don't all the bosses just stop fighting for power and just hug and kiss to end the war? I mean, there is one guy who's like trying to do that. He's in the DLC. He brainwashed his brother to help him with that. So, you know, one guy's on board. You just got to convince the whole other country. You just got to convince a whole country. You know, I guess it's not like the worst thing to be doing. It's not impossible, I guess. But here we can use our 2 Dectus medallions to go up into the Altus Plateau, which normally you would either have to do this or go through a tunnel. I don't think hugs and kisses involves brainwashing. That's what I thought, and then they brainwashed me, and now I think differently, so. Oh, you may have noticed that I'm holding on to my runes here. I could level up, but I'm actually not going to until I buy all the upgrade materials that I need. Then I'll level up after. Just because I don't want to just lock myself out on potential upgrades. Especially for not this fight, but the next mandatory fight that we'll be doing. Oh, let me drink this. So this shouldn't be a hard fight as long as I just hit my attacks. Okay, that's bad. Uh-oh. Doesn't stagger. Why? Oh. Well, good enough. That's not what normally happens, but we'll take it. So I use up all the magic grease there. I get the ritual sword talisman, which will buff up my attack by 10% whenever I'm at full health, which is pretty nice. 10% doesn't sound like a lot, but that pushes certain things, like certain fights, to be in certain ranges. That helps us. Okay, I'm actually going the wrong way here. I didn't realize that at first, but that helps push fights into what we want them to be. Rose breath must have been horrible. Well, she's the queen of demi-humes, not the queen of toothbrushing, so. Alright, so we're going to be doing a bit of running. This isn't as long as the first and second setup section. This is kind of like the last one, technically. Like, it's the last one we'll actually, like, be setting up. The one that we'll be doing later on, like, we're only going to be collecting, like, one thing. So, I, like, you know, I guess it's up to you if you want to consider that a setup section. But, up here, just got to be a little bit careful. There's a lot of guys. A lot of guys that, do not want you to be here. And, I had one attempt that, like, really trolled me. I had these archer guys, like, absolutely snipe. Like, it was insane. Like a montage, like COD montage moment, like 360 no scope kind of hit. And it hit me like directly in front of the main swordsman guy, and I almost died. So it was kind of crazy, not gonna lie. All right, we have 2 tree sentinels. We're gonna be ignoring both of them. What the? Until the I mean, yeah, they're also like lost their mind. I assume they lost like their minds. So they're probably just like attacking anything that comes by. Okay, and not only are we upgrading our flash stuff here, but we're gonna be triggering a certain event in a different area that lets us collect something that would normally be a bit harder to get to by resting at that grace. It's really weird. There's an event called the Radon Festival, and essentially it like kind of turns an area into peaceful mode. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Spear Vessel, yeah. And normally the thing I would be collecting there is harder to get because you have to like cross. Well, you don't have to cross. You don't have to take the way that I'm going. There's multiple ways to get there. I'm choosing this way because I think it's the fastest. Not what I'm doing now, but what I'm going to be doing after I get what I need here. Here I'm going to be collecting the second bell bearing. Which gives me access to +3 and +4 stones. So I can upgrade my normal smithing weapons up to +12, which is the halfway point of the upgrades. I need to get out of this tunnel so I can actually fast travel. We're going to be going back to the Third Church America. This is the last time we'll be going there, but I think it's, besides the Round Table Hold, it's the place that we're going to go back to the most. If you don't like count deaths and stuff, I guess. But we're going to be going here because it's pretty close by to Caelid, and the place that teleports us to the place that we actually want to get to. I know it's probably not the easiest way to comprehend about it, but you know, it's just the route that I plotted for myself. So yes. It's literally called the Third Church of America. So yeah, a lot of people tend to hear that. Okay, so we'll go into Caelid. Caelid is the area where you can get the fastest Great Rune, but the boss fight for it is a bit harder, and I'm not good at the skip to get to that fight consistently. So like, not only am I like not consistent at getting to the fight, I'm not consistent at the fight itself. So I just chosen to not do that. But there's still some useful stuff here. We're going to be getting Ash of War that will actually help scripts, like script-ish certain fights. Normally a script is like if you can do the full fight with expected outcomes, but we don't have that damage since we're only using the Golden Vow buff. So like we can script to like a certain portion of health. Like if, and also certain fights we need to get pretty lucky to have a really consistent fight, which is kind of ironic because like you need to get lucky to have a consistent fight. But you know, that is just a bridge we're gonna have to cross when we get there. Unfortunately, I was not able to figure out in time rate strategies. There's strategies that can work if I bang my head against the wall enough times. That's crazy. That's definitely sibling energy right there. So up here, it may look like we're gonna be trapped, but there's a nice little teleporter that will conveniently put us really close to the Ash of War that we want. So normally this bridge is pretty booby trapped, but since we triggered the Radon Festival by resting at the Grace in Altus Plateau, then we don't have to deal with this bridge. We can just go straight through it. So there we go. We just crossed one bridge. Now we have like 5 more. So up here is the Ash of War we want. It would be nice if this guy doesn't fall down, but oh well. All right. All right, I'm gonna go back to the round table hold to buy the upgrades and also level up and stuff. I think this will be coming here 2 more times, I think. Bro killed Dung Defender. I am the Dung Defender. No. We will buy, make sure I have 24 of these, make sure I have 24 of these. Nice, now we can go level up. Probably put this into Vigor. The fight is a little scary. I'll put 2 and 1 into Strength. That might be a little bit greedy, but oh well. Oh, and also importantly, since we killed 2 great rune bosses, we can get our 3rd talisman pouch. I had a run where I like completely forgot about this pouch for, like the entire time and didn't realize it until the end, and I'm like, why am I why am I so weak? And then I just realized like, oh, I'm just missing a talisman pouch. Oh, I forgot to mention, we got the Strength Talisman, so it's pretty similar to the Radagon Sword Seal, except it doesn't level up the other 3 stats. It only levels up Strength, but it doesn't have the damage negation penalty. So we may or may not switch on to that, depending on how stuck we are at certain boss fights. Then we upgrade that. Did we put Crackblade on this? We did. No, wait, did we? We did. Okay, cool. So now we will go back to Altus Plateau, go back here, and we're gonna be taking on kind of a scary boss. It's a little weird. Hopefully we don't see too much of that weirdness. I really hope not. We won't know until we get there though. This is not the boss. We're gonna be traveling way past them. So yeah, I got the Strength Talisman earlier, so if I get really stuck on the boss, I'll probably switch over to that talisman, so that way I will take less damage. So far the game's damage isn't that bad, but once we get into the late game areas, it scales up a lot, and that extra damage negation that I'm losing can really come into effect, especially for fights that I'm less comfortable with, that are just a bit longer, so it just means I have more chances to take damage. And also the Crackblade, what it does is that it will buff our weapon. So far we've been buffing our aura with Golden Vow, but now we can actually buff our weapon. The only thing we're missing is a body buff. We won't get anything to buff the body part, but oh well. Oh, and what Crackblade actually does is that it boosts the physical damage that you do and also increases the poise damage you do. So it makes your damage stronger, and also you stagger more often, which means you can get a crit or something. So it's a pretty substantial increase to damage. Blah blah blah. Just skip to the gambling part. Yeah, that's basically what we're gonna be doing at this upcoming fight. It's just kind of a hope and pray. Just see what attack he's gonna be doing, and pray. So we'll have a bit of time to buff up. All right. All right, we'll stagger him with 3 charge attacks. We'll hit him for 1, run up to him, go up for 1. We'll have to dodge. Dodge again. He's gonna go to second phase. We'll stagger him. We're gonna try and stick on the shield side here. Oh, come on. Nice. All right, we'll take the hit, but we win. So that's almost a scripted fight. I can't stagger him in time or I can just like stagger, hit him once, and then stagger again. He does have a bit of time to just get a hit off, and sometimes those can be harder to react to. And also, if you try to like attack, you are gonna have way less frames to try and dodge out of the attack. So I have to like kind of just basically charge attack as a reaction and kind of hope. But now we'll be going on into my favorite dungeon, the Lindell Capital. Peasants? I don't want to be a peasant. I want to be an Elden Lord. That's the entire point of this stream. All right, I'm gonna rest here. Twin, stop struggling. Just use the power of love and friendship. You're so right. All right, everyone say bye to Melina. She's leaving us. This is so sad. Goodbye, Melina. All right. All right, this part isn't too tricky. You just got to run past these guys. Just keep going. We're gonna be jumping on those rooftops. Ooh, okay, that's not too bad. There is a talisman that is really, really good. Let's there's a talisman up ahead that we really, really want. It's pretty much going to be the talisman that I'm going to be over relying on. It pairs up really nice with the ritual sword talisman. Okay, we're going to ignore this grace here. Hopefully that doesn't doom us. I've been working on my timing here, so... Alright, this guy's gonna try and summon some lightning here. I'm gonna dodge it right there. I use that bush as a visual cue. And just kind of zigzag along the dragon here so I don't get sniped down. A giant... What? Get your ass out of the city, a giant shut. What? Okay, so now we have this rune arc, which actually buffs our health just a bit. I'm gonna be using it because we're not exactly super tanky with the lower damage negation. This also isn't like the best armor set in the world. It helps, but it doesn't make the damage 0. So just sneak past this guy. All right, that's enough sneaking. That guy tried to ambush us very poorly. Alright, he's still gonna come after us. Okay, so I'm actually gonna check my inventory here. So I could choose not to get this golden seed here, but I'm gonna actually do it because it will give me access to 9 flasks for one of the boss fights. That... Okay, that's a little scary. Alright, now that is kind of a proper ambush right there. That's a little scary. But we managed to get out of it. So up here is the talisman I was talking about earlier. It's really, really nice because it's going to boost our damage negation by 30% when we're at full HP. And that's kind of like all the source of damage negation we'll be having. So I would say it's pretty necessary. Okay, so normally what I would do is I would teleport back because I'm gonna be getting the main weapon that we're gonna be using after the next boss for the rest of the run. But since I actually didn't take that much damage, I can actually just go straight to the boss right now because this is a little bit better. The main difference between this and the main weapon is that this has blood loss build up, and that was like the thing that was carrying us for the first part of the run. And actually for a very quick boss, that's like kind of a very necessary part, is to get him to take bleed damage. But for the fight that we're going to be doing now, he doesn't take any statuses. So wait, is this a speed run? Kind of. I'm just trying to beat this in one stream. This is not an official speed run. The official like speed run world record is like, I think a bit under an hour. I think 53 minutes. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, we're already over that time. I was like looking, and I think if I get around 2 hours 15 minutes, I would be like 200th place or something. I'm not like gonna submit this to leaderboards or whatever because they have rules that I'm not following right now. I think I need splits or some shit. Okay, we can't buff with Crack Blade yet. All right. So there isn't a ton of setup to this fight. It's just dodging and then charge attack, jump the stomp. Okay, we get stagger there. Just call my imagination speedrun. Nice, man. Dodge this. All right, this fight is pretty good for the fist moveset because we have enough time to do like a small charge attack and then also reacts. Nice. Nice. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was hitless. That's really nice. It's much harder to do these fights hitless than it is in Silk Song. It's just it's a different game. Like I was thinking about the differences between the two games because I was like, should I like try to compare the difficulty? But it's kind of hard to do that because in this game the scaling is way different than like Silk Song. Silk Song is you know, the most you take is like 3 damage of mask, and it's just way different in this game. You can like have your entire health bar just deleted. Okay, so that guy also, we're gonna sneak past him. Haha. These are like the world-class assassins, by the way. They are like, now they are known for their stealth, and we just sneak past them. So and because they're different games, yes. You know, like people like to generalize them. They like to put things in the games into categories and stuff. So, you know, people like call Silk Song like Souls-like and stuff, like the Dark Souls of Metroid and that kind of stuff. Just have a boxing match, yeah. Oops. What I meant to do is actually buy. No, I didn't mean to buy. I already have those. So I'm gonna be switching over to the Starfist now. Because even though gold free right there could not take bleed damage, I think every other boss will be doing can, with the exception of the final boss. I don't need that much health. I'm gonna put some into strength. And then I should have enough money to upgrade the Starfist. So in the next fight we should hopefully see why bleed is like kind of a huge deal, because I think it deletes 15% of their health when you get a bleed proc. Could be wrong about that, but that's actually extremely useful for this fight, because we want to kind of delay the second phase for as long as possible. And if we can do that by getting a status proc, then we can essentially get in a few extra hits off. Oh, this has Endure. Okay, I messed up. I forgot to put Cragblade on this. Endure is good, but it's not what I need right now. I need Cragblade.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own.
If there's probably like certain fights where Endure's maybe better, but for now I'm just gonna stick with Cragblade because I really want to get staggers off as soon as possible for this boss. So we're gonna be fighting Margit again. Yo, what's up, twin? We're playing some Elden Ring. We're gonna be trying beating it within this stream. We are basically at, oh shit, wrong game. Nah, just pretend it's the right game. Okay, so this is a little scary fight because this fight can go wrong pretty fast. All right. Oh, okay. Nice, we got a stagger there. So we should be getting the bleed off pretty soon. All right, we interrupted that attack. Okay, we got a bleed there. Make sure I dodge so I'm out of range. And then try to jump in. Okay, that sucks. All right, this gives me just enough time to get out. Oh, I whipped there. Oh, it didn't stagger. And I jumped by accident. Oh. And I didn't time it right. Oh, he's owning me. I have to dodge it. Come on. There we go. Oh. All right, that's a little scary. So yeah, that is one of the many ways the fight can just go wrong. You get hit when you really shouldn't, which means you don't get the damage you need.
Allow me, you are prevented. The thorns, a husk, the only way, and become my purpose.
All right, Melina came back, guys.
And guide.
We got the good ending.
Shall I let my hand share them with me? Your thoughts.
All right, it's
You would follow.
go up to 50. We'll do this. So we're going to be going back to kind of the start of this dungeon so we can take a different exit out of here, which we could not open up before. But now with the rolled medallion, we can go on to officially kind of start the late game. And we have like our last collection section. It's really not that much. Like we're only collecting like one thing. Well, I guess technically two things. But mostly it's just going from point A to point B. And we'll have a very strange fight. In my practice, I don't think the fight ever went like perfectly according to plan, but I guess that means I just have enough practice to ad-lib it enough. It's a very long and drawn out fight, and our build is kind of just about like burst damage, so it's kind of, I would say, like a build that isn't probably not the most optimized for it, but you know, we just have to deal with it. For now, it's just kind of getting to that point where we just ride our horse for like 10 minutes or something. No one is forcing a protect to do this. Our maiden is, or our maiden asked us to do it, so like maybe you could consider it forcing. Like very like gentle. Are you kidding me? I just jumped off. I don't think I've ever done that before. All right. That's funny. That kind of sucks. That's going to add on. Yeah, we're going to have to go all the way back. Maybe Malus, but at least my king wasn't in the scrolls. Oh. All right. Well, at least it's like daytime now. Kind of at the beginning of the game, there's an area where if it's at night, it can ruin the setups and stuff. But since it's daytime, we don't have to worry about the nighttime bosses spawning. The King Henry scrolls. Ow. Oh, I guess we don't have to deal with the... oh, do we have to do the whole animation of waiting for the elevator to go down? That's actually like kind of bad. Because these guys like to just come up. And normally it's not an issue because you get on the elevator and you go up, so you don't have to deal with them. But if we have to wait for the elevator, now we have to deal with all the guys trying to kill us. That's not good. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna be around the circle so that way if any enemies try to follow us, they hopefully go into the pit. Brink, are you in the scrolls? One day I hope to be, man. I can't do like bits without laughing, man. I gotta like commit, you know? All right. Unfortunately, there's gonna be some guys on horses, which is lame because I want to use my horse, but I cannot use it. This is unfair. I can't believe Elden Ring is an unfair game. Shaking my head. Oh, actually, I wasn't meant to level up. Okay. I was wondering why it's so many levels, and now it just kind of dawned on me. So I did mess up. There's a bell bearing that I need to get early on. So actually, it originally went from one thing into two things, and now it's gonna be three things that I need in the mountaintops. But I think I have enough of a backup. This guy, bro. This guy, bro. All right, so it's about like here, the exit. We have the remembrances, and when you use them, you can get runes. Normally, they don't give too much, like it, but now it's just enough to where I should be able to buy all the materials I need. Oh well, you know. All right, so now we're kind of getting into the second half of the game, and this is the part where it's much harder to be consistent with. At least with the combat sections. Can we name your horse Bort? It already has a name. His name is Torrent. He's already been named by his previous master, unfortunately. It's kind of like Pokemon, where if you trade the Pokemon, you can't nickname them. You gotta just stick with the OG name. Eat him? That's crazy, man. I'm not gonna eat Torrent. At least not now. My hunger bar isn't at 0 yet, so... Alright, we're gonna be dodging Black Blade Kid right here. He's a pretty nasty fight, but luckily we don't have to fight him. I also do not feel like fighting him, if I'm being honest. Okay. So now we're in the mountaintops, and this is kind of just the... Well, I haven't gotten Vengeance Spirit. Are you experienced? Yes. I've been looking for the guy who sells the maps, and I haven't found him for the past hour and 20 minutes. Instead, I found like these demigods and stuff, and like I've just been kind of like just going all over the place, collecting it and stuff. You know what I mean? Listen for the humming. All right, you got it. All right, so that's the third set of smithing stones, so we can get up to plus 18. Unfortunately, the last set is locked behind a really bad fight, so it's gonna be... we're gonna be rocking with like plus 18, plus 19 for a while. Unfortunate. It actually really sucks, because we really... it's kind of a paradox. We would really want to be at max upgrades for these fights, but we can't get it without doing the fight. Roman Umpire, where's your soul container? How are you going to cast the spell? I have this nifty FP bar. You see, it's the blue one, which means I get to do cool stuff. Once I get Vengeful Spirit, I'll use it. But for now, I gotta like make sure I don't die to this arrow guy ahead. Normally it's not too bad. I think there's only like one time where he actually like hit me, like ever. But you know, it just takes that one time to like kind of cement the memory in your head. Luckily, we have a big bridge that will protect us. So I believe that's the second bridge we cross. I guess technically the third, if we count the one that we got here too. So we're about like halfway through getting to point B right now. By one hit? Yes. Yes, it only takes that one hit. We have 2 things to collect still. One of them's pretty much on the way, and the last one isn't too far out to get. But we got to be a little careful getting to the second part. You may notice, but it is snowing right now, and that snow will block our visibility, and you won't be able to see certain enemies. There's one enemy that can snipe you from a large distance, so it kind of hits you with the combo of not being able to see and then just getting sniped. But if we just head in this direction enough, it's gonna be fine, maybe? I hope so. It's snowing now, but eventually it's going to be much, much worse. There we go. All right, everyone say hi to Borealis. Borealis, the freezing frog. Freezing fog. I don't know why I call him a frog. And hopefully we could just go straight past them and not have to worry about anything. I would not recommend doing this without a bit of practice. Or at least like just knowing the general direction where you need to go. I'm pretty sure that just ends right there. So if you walk off that, you'll just die. Stop abusing your horse. Oh, I have to abuse him for like 2 more minutes. Just 2 more minutes, please. I promise I'll stop after that. All right, we'll get the final tier so we can upgrade our flask to +5. Once we rest out of grace, we can actually do that. But for now, it is fine enough. We still have 1 more thing to collect, and then just sit at a grace next to the boss that can potentially be a roadblock. I'm hoping not. It's probably the weirdest fight. It's like the weirdest or the second weirdest in the run that we're gonna be doing. So we'll have to see how it goes. It's kind of weird because I don't know the timings of when I want to buff. So normally I like the buff right before the fight. And that is normally enough to just last throughout the entire fight. But now with like these end game health pools, we don't really have the damage that we would love to see. Especially since we don't have fully upgraded materials yet. Once we rest up and buy our smithing stones and stuff, we're gonna only be at +19 instead of +25. And the final thing we will be collecting here is this ancient smithing stone. We may or may not see a giant hand on the way. No giant hand yet? Okay, no giant hand. What we will be seeing are these giant crows. They're not fun to deal with. Hopefully I can run past them. Hello, giant crow. Hello, other giant crow. We'll get the smithing stone. We'll go around the skull, say hello to the 3rd giant crow. We'll use the spirit spring to jump around, which will hopefully buy us enough time to get to the grace before the giant crows will murder us. Okay, maybe it's not the best idea to look back behind you. Sometimes the giant crows will just absolutely just stick on you and will not let go of their aggro. All right, we have the grace here. All right, nice. I'm gonna rest here just in case if there was like a crow I couldn't see or something. And now that I upgraded that, I'm gonna go back to the round table hold so I can buy the smithing stones so I can upgrade this to the best possible version it can be at this point in time. And we're gonna have to do some ab-libbing for the fire giant fights. Okay, I only have to buy 12 because we already have the weapon that we're gonna be using. I think I can level up once. I have runes, right? Okay, I'm not gonna level up just in case I don't have a ton of runes, so. Because at most, like, I would just be getting 1 point of strength in terms of damage output, so it's not a whole lot. Okay, so I can go back and level up, but It's like, it's not like the hugest deal in the world in my opinion. Maybe I'll level up strength or vigor, because this fight can be a little inconsistent. I'm not going to be needing too many other runes because most of them I'll just be getting after the fights that I do. So by the time I get the last set of the smithing stones, I will already have all the runes I need. Okay, let me not fall off here. All right, this is an interesting fight. Fire Giant is split up into 2 phases. This is his first phase. It's kind of weird. I'm not honestly sure the right timings for casting my buffs. All right. So we want to attack his leg that has the brace on it. We'll break it off here. This is close to staggering. I think this will stagger. Nice. That wouldn't stagger if we didn't have Cragblade on. And we're going to get as close as possible. He's going to roll here. He's going to try and buff himself. The terrain makes this fight... Oh, what the heck? He's going to roll again. All right, he's going to buff himself now. I guess I was too close to him. Like 2 more hits until second phase. Oh. That's not enough. That's still not enough, which is... All right, we'll take that. I'm going to reapply Cragblade. He will set his hand around this area. Okay. I could have got closer, but it's whatever. Oh. No, that's not good. All right, I have to outlive this. This is when the fight gets really awkward. All right, we didn't take damage there. That was pretty lucky. It's gonna do 2 fireballs that will try and track me down. It's not great if I get hit by those. Okay, he fell. Oh, there's another fireball there. Okay. So normally what we'd like to see is him to get staggered in this phase, but I got hit by the fire pillar, which means I couldn't get the stagger off in time. So now I just have to ad-lib a lot of this. I got to get out of here because he's going to breathe fire on me. Oh, he's not going to do it. Okay. That's great. Oh, I'm whiffing everything. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. All right. This may stagger? No. All right, we're just got to whittle him down, I think. That's the safest way to do the fight. All right, you cast 2 fireballs. Oh, and I got hit there. That's not good. All right, luckily he did not reach me there. That would have been pretty bad. I'm trying to make sure the fireballs explode. Oh, God. I whiffed that. I think he does have like very high bleed resistance, which makes this a lot more trickier because we technically lose a... Oh, God. Oh, he's turning around. I'm going to fall off and die. Oh, no. All right, glad I backed off there. All right, we buffed our offense and defense just a little bit. All right, we have... Oh, please get off of that cliff, sir. Oh, my God. Jesus, man. It's just what happens in this fight sometimes. Oh, we kind of got him in the loop of rolling away. That didn't hit the weak part. How did it not hit the weak part? Oh, what? I'm not using... Okay. I switched off of the knife, and I was two-handing that, the empty weapon slot, instead of my actual weapons. So that really, really sucks. Come on. Oh, there's still the other one, yeah. All right, I mean, we're chipping them down. Oh no. Get away. All right, this is where the weapon I chose kind of shows off its weakest points. This is probably not the most efficient way to do this. Oh, he's so close, man. Like 2 hits. That should give me the opening I need. Oh! Yes. Oh my goodness. That fight drew that, like, that drew out the whole thing by like 10 minutes, man. Oh my goodness. All right, we can use this now. Oh. All right, that's a little bit of a relief. And we're going to celebrate that by going into the worst part of the run. Maybe. Depends on how one fight goes. That was not a good fire giant run, but I guess we did do it without dying. As like a small consolation prize. So, that fight was mandatory, so we can go into Bar Missoula, but not something for a check. Whew, okay. I'm gonna take a little water break here. That fight fucking drew out the worst of me for a second, man. All right, let's put most into health. Some of the strength.
I have this world and death. Are you prepared to commit? Very well. Let me hand.
Okay, I gotta get myself mentally prepared for this part. At least the bosses for this, because this is probably the hardest singular portion of the game. At least for the weapons that I'm using, the stuff that I'm trying to do. It's the hardest part of the run is what I'm trying to say. Battery's low. All right, see you, man. Hold on, hold on. You gotta type 1 if you think I can do it. I'm going to sleep. Wish you luck. Make sure to type 1 because I will be winning this. We must type 1. Oh no. Oh no. That's fine. 2. I think you mean 2 1s, right? Yeah. Let me fill in the blanks for you there. All right, there's still a chance I can do this within 2 hours and 15 minutes. I kind of have to play out of my mind. It's possible. 3, anything but a 1? That's crazy. I don't need to take this grace here. As long as I don't fall down and die like a dummy. Alright, I'll be going up here, and to the left it's just a little safer. It's not the fastest way to get through here, but that's fine. I should do key route. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Uh-oh. A lot of fall damage. All right, we got this grace. We have guys attack me at the grace. We no longer have guys attack me at the grace. All right. So the main reason why I got that grace there is there's a little jump I'm gonna do. It's a little silly. Sometimes like you just lose all the speed and you won't make that little tiny jump. One time I had to I did that jump and I messed it up and I didn't grab any graces, so I didn't start from the beginning. All right, up here is the actual grace that we will need because we have to do the fight that I've been kind of building up this entire time. This is the fight why I have these pots. All right, so these guys are very weak to sleep and bleed, and that just so happens to be the 2 status ailments that we have in spades right now. If I can sleep this guy, the skinny guy, please go to sleep. Yes. All right. So it gives me all the time in the world to buff up. We're gonna be taking on the big guy first. All right. That should stagger. Try to time this. Nice. All right, he's dead. And we can still attack him even as he's fading out from existence. Now we'll take on the skinny guy. So by putting them to sleep, it gives us just... Okay. That's fine. He should be spawning about now. We still have 3 sleep pots left. That's fine. I'm gonna recast all my buffs. There's no point not to. So this strategy basically takes away the duo part of the duo fight and makes it way more consistent. Okay, one more hit. There we go. Nice. And it also gives me the runes I need to buy the rest of the smoothing stone so I can level up this all the way to the max weapon level. I just need 12 of them. And now we should have a max weapon. Hillberry Dozeman. Yeah. That guy can be a big troll. Well, they both can be big trolls. They can They like to input read your dodges and stuff, or not your dodges. They like to input read a bunch of your attacks, which makes it less consistent. But you can kind of use the time that they're spawning in to throw your sleep pots. Oh shoot, I did not mean to jump down here. I wanted to jump down further along, but we'll just have to go along here. All right. Just don't mess up this jump and it should be fine. I messed it up. No. That's fine. We have the grace. I think I died. No, I died to the right. I was gonna say I think I died solely to fall damage or just jumping off a cliff. Okay, it didn't happen again at least. All right, now we're just kind of just rushing to the boss, and it's arguably the scariest boss for the run. Technically, if I don't beat the next boss within, if I don't beat one of the bosses in the first try, it's way harder. But for me personally, I get stuck up on Malekith the most, and that's the boss that we're going to be doing next. But yeah, we're just going to have to just kind of hope and pray for good Malekith RNG sometimes. That's how it feels like. It's honestly more so the first phase that really trips me up than the second phase. Mainly because like it's really easy to whiff. Rip, break in advance. Yes. Like put like a little gravestone and put like rip in advance. Okay, this is not the best bird section in the world. Sometimes the birds will like literally physically block your path. Uh-oh. I had enough fire. I don't want any more fire, please. Okay, cool. We're past the not fun section. As long as we don't die to one jump, we should be okay. I really hope we don't die here. I did not want to do the bird section. Okay, nice. All right, that damage is relatively fine as long as I can just get up on this elevator here and not get stuck in the wall. There we go. So we should be fine once this elevator goes up. There's gonna be a grace right in front of us, which will actually like we'll. It's a bit weird. We're gonna do a little mini boss fight. Just so like if I do die to the main boss, it makes it more consistent to come back to the main boss. Ideally, I would just avoid this guy all the time, but I'm not too confident in my Malekith fight, so I'm gonna be taking down this guy. And this guy actually is, I think, scripted. It's like scripted or very close to scripted. This little other DTS guy. It's literally the same strategy as before, except now we have fully upgraded weapons. Oh. Alright, we'll actually lose a bit of damage, so it won't be scripted, at least anymore. Okay. Giraffe, yes. Oh, he delayed the attack. Okay. Oh. We love input reading. Okay. All right, one more charge should do it. Gonna follow up again. There we go. We're gonna wait until we see the armor drop Nice. And I think that's enough to get like one more level up. I think so. Nice. All right, we'll put one more into strength. Maybe the extra bit of damage will help. Okay, so this is like the actual like first wall. Unless I can get a really good run here, then this is one of the things I'm afraid of the most. You know, we had a pretty bad fire giant, so I'm kind of hoping out this will balance it somehow. Some like universal karma will come in. And we're actually gonna drink our flask here because we do not have enough time during the fight to get all our buffs off. Anything but one. You know, for this fight, I'll give it to you. This fight fucking sucks ass. At least with the fists. But we're actually gonna run up, not dodge at all. Because he actually whiffs that, and I whiff that. Okay. There's a lot of conditions we want to meet for this. This first section of the fight is a very strange part. We need to stay in the middle-ish. We want to not stagger him because we want to stagger him in his second phase. Okay. I missed that. We're gonna jump. And we'll miss. Oh, that might put him in second phase. All right. And I couldn't see it. This is the camera. All right, dodge that. Drink here. He's behind there. I know he is. I'm gonna try and go back to the middle. All right, not the best first phase. Yeah, I think his poise is gonna reset too. Oh, I didn't run up far enough. All right, he's kind of cooking me. Okay, I have enough time to heal like twice. I gotta dodge and hope he doesn't do any weird shenanigans. And I whiffed. God damn it. All right. Okay, yeah. So, that's the really bad follow-up. It's really fast and I don't know how to dodge that. So I try to go to his left side. It's my right side, but his left. To try and bait out an attack that I can punish more. So it's just kind of like, to me, it's just like, just anything but one was correct. Yes. The first phase is just kind of like trying to get a good enough first phase where I have the resources to finish off the second phase. The second phase can be like bad, but I think it can be a little bit more consistent than the first. We'll just have to see. Because this is a pretty hard fight for me. This is like one of the worst fights for me. I'm gonna run because he's gonna whiff. Watch back. I want to try and meet him in the middle here. Go for uncharge. Because we want to bait out certain attacks, and it's easier to bait them out when you stick to them. I'm dodged too late there. It's just dumb depth perception for me. Right, I can heal this. Right, come to the middle, sir. All right. Right. Oh, I couldn't get the roll in time. This should get the second phase. Oh, we got the stagger. It's not what we want to see. We want to try and save the stagger for this phase. Oh, and he did the bad one. All right, it's not impossible. Does the two, and I mistimed that. Oh shit, this is the really bad attack. Okay, he doesn't try to follow it up, which gives us enough time to heal at least. Try to stick to his side here, bait out this one, and I whipped it. Okay, he got me there. I gotta find a time to heal. This is not the time to heal. I don't have enough time. All right. Two. All right. If I can get a stagger, this would be huge. Oh, I missed it. A 2, a 3, and that's... Oh, that would have been a good attack to bait out, but... All right, like one last hit. There we go, baby. Yo, what's up, Amberjack? We're gonna be beating Elden Ring in one stream, baby. All right, I will take a 1 death Malekith. That is... You have bad news. Oh, that doesn't sound good. You put it with smiley faces too. It like contradicts each other. It's like you have bad news, smiley face, smiley face. All right, we're gonna use all the runes and just get as much levels as we can. Runes are only good for leveling up. I could try putting into vigor, but I think strength is just better. Actually, we probably do really want strength because we want to end the next fight as soon as possible. The next fight is the one that we really want to finish in the first try. Smash the toe at the beach. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, man. Well, man. Okay, we have a rune arc. And, like, that buffs our health to, like, that number. Immune? You're immune. You're perfectly fine. You're immune to pain. Yeah. Okay. All right. This fight may or may not suck a lot.
I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become what a sad state of affairs.
What a sad state of affairs. All right. Fully charged. Uncharged. No, I didn't mean to roll. All right. Nice. Okay. That may have not seemed like a lot, but that could have gone really bad.
Not even you. A man cannot
Kill a god. Sir Gideon the all yapping. No. Stick Gravity Falls reference. Yeah. Nah, you should probably go see a doc. All right, I think we're going to be leveling up, putting all this into strength here. Yeah, why not? All right, this fight could go bad. Like if it goes bad, it's easier to deal with than like Malekith. Like I have a feeling that it's like I'll just get it down eventually, so it's not the worst thing in the world. All right, there's like this is one of the attacks I don't want to see because I don't know that timing that well. Oh. Oh shoot. Oh, his AI froze. That's insanely good. All right, we are gonna run up to him, charge. He has a scripted attack there. We can actually just walk just a little bit and we won't get grabbed. Oh God. Nice. All right, I think I have to heal instead of trying to go for another attack. Time this. He does another one. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. I don't have time for this. He's gonna grab my ass. Handle me WWE style right there. Oh, that's so great, man. Dude, get out. He got me. All right, the pacing is like way different from Malekith. Malekith's like you gotta like anticipate it. This is like a lot of delayed attacks. So yeah. AKA Copium, Big Cope. All right. Hello, Godfrey. Oh, okay. Get a stagger here. Nice. I can get one off and then a riposte. And then go for just charge attacks here. Put them in second phase. Oh, nice. All right, now that I have enough health, I'm just gonna run up to him, go for a charge or uncharge. If I time this right, wait for the second one. Go for the ending blow. I don't get it, but I get it now.
Tarnished. Thy strength befits a crown.
All right, Eric, we're getting to the we're getting to the last boss. This is your last chance to type a 1. Zero. No. 2. Guys, I'm at the last boss, guys, please. All right, so the very last part of this is a double fight, which is not the best. Your chat doesn't believe. I believe it when you see it, but like you're gonna see it now. All right, we're gonna run up, do 2 charge. Try our best to dodge whatever attack Radagon chooses to do. Go for another charge. Wait for the time. Oh, I didn't have enough stamina. There we go. I have enough time for this? I do not. All right, that kind of sucks because we want the extra poise damage for the final boss. Just means we're gonna have to ad-lib the fight. Come on, there we go. Enough stamina. Try to... Oh, I missed it. Type 1 if you think I'll beat the final boss. Fuck. Well, there's a one in there somewhere. Oh, shit. Oh, it would have been really nice to fight. Let's get the chip. The necessary chip. -1. I mean, that's like kind of a 1. Come on. All right. Who didn't type a 1? Who didn't want to type a 1? You have like 5 seconds to type a 1. There's literally no way I don't beat the game. There's nothing to die to. -1. Guys. There's like a huge thing that said God slain. -3. Guys, this is the ending. This is the ending. Come on, can we not type a 1? Thank you, Utopia. We did it, gang. Even with as many as W. That's so crazy. The switch up is insane. Thank you for not believing in me until that's not going to do anything. It's literally going to make me the Elden Lord. Like we had a chat that just did not believe in me this entire time. I was to say W to you. What? That's crazy. You made me one silent right there. I was saying W to Eric. What? No one believed. What do you mean? I literally did it. Like, this isn't about believing anymore. I literally did it.
Of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog.
Oh, this is the ending, Utopia. When you beat the game, when you become Elden Lord.
Our seed will look back upon us and recall an age of fracture.
The age of fracture. Me when I eat at Taco Bell. Yay! Nah. What? Is this not peak? Are you not entertained? Elden Ring? What the fuck? That's the first time I ever fucking heard of Elden Ring is crazy. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty pooped out. What's the in-game time is like 2 hours 13 minutes. So if you want to count in-game time, I did beat this in 2 hours and 15 minutes. We shall be entertained. Bruh. It's crazy. You've been non-believing me this entire time. And then you beg for me to do something else. How dare you? How dare you? You didn't type a 1. No, don't takesy backsies now. It's too late. It's too late. The stream is ending, and it's because of you, non-believers. You didn't type a 1. That's the entire reason why the stream is stopping, and not because I'm too tired. I'm like fucking tired. Michael, no. No way. I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm fucking tired as shit, man. Or am I? Alright, thank you. Hello. I'm so sorry. Bye-bye. Oh. I know the YouTube is still up. I'm just fucking tired. Alright, I will type a 1 for myself because my chat won't type 1 for me. There we go. Thank you, Break3. Thank you for typing 1. That fucking incorrect. No. Alright, good night, guys. No, don't type -2. Here, you know what? I'm gonna put like 1s and exclamation points.